Before you ring my phone, there's some things that you gotta know. This my real life now flows. Got a hustler's ambition in a OG time zone. Loyal to the core of my soul. The ones that ride for me is who I ride for. I take it myself cause I gotta score. Next play down the flow, I'm dropping dimes off. Those who have ears, let them hear. For real. Ride, 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 ride. I'm the one that feed my people, not the one that feed your ego. You can't break down my movement, this system like the eco. You smell success where we go, we send a sound and read them. Where they hate is where we leave them, don't need them. We see them like sitting ducks, wore out they welcome and spent they luck. Now they waiting for a real one to lift them up and promote them to positions that they don't deserve.
For real. Yeah, man, there's been some crazy stuff going on in this sports world, though, man.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
You know, tonight could be the night for your Cavs.
I think so. I'm thinking it might be the night, but if we win this one, any night could be the night for real. In the NBA, it's the right night with the right guys shooting.
Right.
You never know.
You know me. Since my Chiefs had to go down, everybody who undefeated got to go down.
I respect that. I'm the same way. I'm the same guy.
Nah, but
he looking like Negro Damas right now with his
I know.
Jared McCain, 6-man Jared McCain chewing everybody up right now.
Right. This is all stuff that you said.
Hey, you know what? It's been quite the year. And the thing about McCain, he moved like a veteran. Like he moved like a basketball player is supposed to move. Every good shooter I ever seen moved the way he moved.
Okay.
So I was like, I seen that, and I was like, he moved like he'd been in the league 15 years.
Shoot, I put some money on him the other day. He hit the parlay. For real. I said, all right, then. He must be something.
Because the thing is, I might not like him off the court, but on the court, he's that guy.
Yeah. You got to put some respect on it, huh? Shoot, man. One thing about these Cavs, though, that I got to get back to. Yeah, I want to know what y'all take was on this because we coming from two different. Y'all got the. I'm in the middle of the generations here. Y'all are the. So, all right. I know in my generation, if the Cavs is undefeated, I don't care what we got going on. We're gonna do whatever we can do to protect this undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, why in the world Donovan Mitchell sit yesterday against? They almost lost it against the Hornets. I know that he's thinking about today. But come on now. Like, if we undefeated, ain't no way I'm going to let us take our first loss and I ain't on the floor.
Right. You're right.
You know what I mean? Especially with LaMelo playing the way he playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I thought that might have been a trap game.
Yeah.
Like, let's lose this game so that we ain't too worried about it against the Celtics tomorrow.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? I've been a victim of Donovan Mitchell sitting out games, so I'm quite used to him sitting out games. But it's like the thing is, I guess right now at least, is our offense is structured a lot better than it was last year because we won, I think, 18 or something crazy last year in a row.
Okay.
But all in all, it's like the offense is completely different than what it was last year. Because it used to be, okay, Donovan, you just shoot until you get tired, right?
Yeah.
Whereas now we have a more integrated team-based game that we're playing. And I think even Draymond was talking about it last week, how we were just zipping passes all over the floor. Because Jared Allen is a pretty good passer. And then we got Mobley sort of running the floor and playing point a little bit.
Yeah, he been doing his thing, man. For real.
So it's like it works a lot better. Because it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Said Tim Garnett out there doing his thing. So I'm not gonna lie. I want the Cavs to win tonight, even though I was joking. You know what I'm saying? I do want them. I want them to keep it going. You know what I mean?
Well, the question is, how long can they go? Is the question. How many games?
Shoot, I want to see it. I want to start a season. What's the record? I don't know what the record is. Do you know?
As far the most in a row to start the year, or
to start the season? Yeah,
because I think the Warriors won 24 straight.
24. Okay.
15 they won that. They
won that when Luke Walton was coaching.
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough to get to.
But it's like 24. They at 15 now. You work pretty hard. You've done more than anybody could have asked you.
Oh yeah. Like it's they already got respect for how far they've already came. You know what I
mean? let me try to look at what they. So if they manage to beat the Celtics, they have the Pelicans tomorrow, the Raptors the 24th, the Hawks on the 27th.
Couple of scrimmages.
So they play Boston again on that same run. I don't know if you can beat Boston.
Oh, okay. Nah, that's a different story.
And then you beat Boston 3 times in that run. So it's like I don't know if that's really possible.
Yeah, it's
we beat
some
them
weird
already, or do we not play Boston this year yet?
It's some weird scheduling too, but I want to see that. What Pops? What you think about that Donovan Mitchell sitting out like that? Because that's crazy to me. Like when we got our undefeated on the line, I'm playing through hell and high water.
I think they know they ain't going 82-0. I think it's planned for him to get rest every now and again when they got a cupcake. They think,
Yeah.
So I'm all right with it.
Okay, well, I mean, they pulled it out. But man, how would you have felt to lose to lose that game when you ain't even playing, but you was healthy though,
right?
But you was getting that extra rest.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This Cavs team, their offense is absolutely insane. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I've seen them score 25 points in like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and we're like, it's a close game. Like on the weekend with Chicago, it don't look close now.
Yeah.
But when it was like 105 to 101, and then they got 140, and
I took the spread on that game, so I was like, what are they doing? Why is it 105 to 101 right now?
Yeah.
I think it was like a 7-point spread that day. I was like, I need them to win by 7 or more. Like I couldn't believe it. But you know what? Just clicked in my head right now with Mitchell. Like he knew he couldn't miss tonight's game. He knew that. You know what I'm saying? The world ain't having that.
Right.
You know but he wanted, like, if they would have lost yesterday, he would have just proved his point while he was sitting out in the playoffs last year. Y'all suck. Y'all suck without me. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have got more satisfaction out of that happening than going 82-0. Right. I don't have faith in his teammate ability. I don't like Mitchell. I think he's a bad teammate. For real. But he got game, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Now that they got Kenny Atkinson running stuff, it is running a lot better than it was running with JB. But the thing is, JB is a floor raiser, and then Kenny he just took over and running the offense well.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's like how do you play basketball better? And it's like, because the thing is, it's like you get one game of Donovan or you get one game of Garland, and that's what it was for JB. Whereas now, you can have Mobley have a night. You can have Jared Allen have a night. You can have Donovan Mitchell a night. You can have Garland and Mitchell play and have a night.
Yeah, true that. And LeVert getting his too.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Okoro I got to give credit to because he is shooting 50%. And before, it was so hard to come by him making shots.
Yeah, did he get hurt?
Or
did he I don't know what happened. I know he was supposed to like fill in that starting position, but something happened. He wasn't playing.
Oh, I mean, he might have took the night off. Maybe not. But he's shooting 50% from 3 this year, and that's more than I can ask for.
Hey, that's all right. Sure. Yeah, that's cool, man.
They're deep right now.
Yeah.
They're contributing.
And the thing is, we haven't been healthy because we've been missing, I think, Max Strus all year. And we've been missing But when you got Ty Jerome coming off the bench and balling, and it's like Ty Jerome,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
or what is his name?
I
They
think he
got
was a
the other
Virginia
four.
guy.
Yeah, they got that other
slow-mo.
Yeah,
like
so
who's that?
the Caucasian slow-mo.
Like who is that? We got
For real.
foreigners. We got foreigners balling. Like who is this? Let me look at who is the other guy's name. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh shoot, they got a couple. I know they got Niang out there getting them
George
good
Niang.
minutes.
That's the one.
Yeah,
Like he's balling, and I'm like, who told
he
you?
putting in good minutes.
So, like, and we haven't even had to play Imani Bake.
Well, sure, I think he injured. They say.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. They say he had some surgery he just had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, yeah, that's
Wade shooter. He's been a sniper for us for the last couple here. So,
sure, man. You know, as the years
get
go on, eventually somebody's gonna go 82-0. It might be 1,000 years from now, but eventually, what's more probable, going 82-0 or 0-82? Like which one's more probable?
Might be. I feel like.
You think losing them all?
Yeah, there's been some teams where I was like, you might not win ever. Like there's been a few teams that they like, oh, this team may never win again. But there's so much talent now. I feel like it's impossible to go 0-82.
That's what I would think. You know what I'm saying? I think somebody would go 82-0 before somebody would go 0-82.
Right, but the thing is, the closest to 82-0 is what, 9? I mean, they're roughly the same actually, if you think about it, because the worst team ever was like 9-73, and then best team was, and the only team that had less wins, it was a lockout, so they could have possibly won a couple more. Was New Orleans? I seen them play live. They almost beat Detroit that night. It went though.
That's all right.
But you know,
Pop? 0-82. Yeah, it's tough.
I feel like
I don't see anybody able to do that.
Yeah, I hear that, especially with all these back-to-backs and stuff. You just never
and there's so much money in this league. They'll be like, okay, guys, like a team come along and like, you guys have to lose to them. So like there would be something like that. It's like, hey, this owner, this is my homeboy, and he like, hey man, Demonte, my team is not looking too hot. We need somebody to lose a game to us, otherwise we losing billions of dollars here.
Yeah.
Or Adam Silver call you up. Oh yeah, you mind telling the team just take this one out? You know, and it was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, that's something right there. But yeah, the way the schedules are, like how they keep, like how the Wizards, they only wins are against the Hawks, and it was back-to-back nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like the way that the schedule is. Like, why do they? It's like they trying to put playoff series right in the middle of the season. Like, okay, you got to play the Hawks 4 times this year. Let's put 3 in this same week. Like, it don't make sense to me.
It's pretty bad, I'll admit. Like, the Cavs played the Bucks 2 times in a row.
Are they trying to like cut down on travel or make it look that way to make it look like they're for the players, but really it's cutting down on expenses? You know what I mean? You know,
ain't no telling.
Right, maybe so. But you know, they got what is it called? Like they have the LA back-to-backs that most teams in the East have. Like they'll go and they'll play the Clippers night 1 and have a back-to-back against the Lakers. Or they play the Lakers night 1 or night 2. I think the Lakers night 1, Clippers night 2. Like most of the time, you'll play the Lakers and then you'll play the Clippers the next night. Then you'll go home.
Yeah.
Or then you'll go up north and play the Warriors. So you got Warriors or Clippers, Lakers, Warriors back to back, or Clippers, Lakers, Sacramento back to back. And then it's like, okay.
Yeah,
I never really understood why they did that. That was like an advantage, especially if you're playing both LA teams. You ain't got to travel.
Right.
You know, go back to your hotel room and sleep, and you good to go the next day, you know? And you like, you know. So that was I don't understand why they did that with LA all the time. They don't do it with Brooklyn and New York, you know?
Right.
But they do it with LA, you know, or you just stay there and play up the next night or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Cutting down
something.
on the road trip, man. Not fair in L.A. Lake, a few more victims.
Right.
Right. It totally taking home court advantage out of it.
And then the funny thing is, like, the whole team will play the LA game, and then they'll rest the Clippers game. And it's like, so you played the Lakers, but you didn't play the Clippers.
Yeah.
And it's like, we'll load manage the Clippers game. We'll play the Lakers though.
It's a weird that's a weird dynamic. I'm thinking that it must have more to do with money for the league than actually trying to take care of the players, less travel or this and this and that. I think it cut down on expenses.
For sure.
And to know the real amount of money that they making off of these TV deals and all that is just like, we'll never know the truth. The players will never know the truth. It's always going to be something going on in them boardrooms that they don't let everybody into.
Well, the thing is, you know what? We got a major crisis going on right now that everybody in sports or the NBA media has been sort of talking about. It's the viewership numbers and all these things and how difficult it is to watch the NBA. Like, I pay $150 for 2K every year, so I have League Pass every year for free, right?
Okay, yeah.
And I have cable through other people. So I might go over somebody's house if the game is on ABC, or when the playoffs come around, I'll buy you YouTube TV for $70-some for that couple months.
Right, then get rid of it. Yeah.
And that's a lot of money being spent on trying to watch the game.
Yeah, and they're about to make it even tougher now, like with the NFL. Well, you seen with the Jake Paul, Mike Tyson debacle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Netflix, like I pay for Netflix. And the whole website crashed. You know what I'm saying? So I had to watch it on bootleg. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was moving smooth.
Well, you know what's crazy? I watched 3 different Twitter streams. I watched Netflix. I went to
just bouncing around, like
all that. And it's like, and it came down to Antonio Brown streaming the fight on.
Oh my goodness!
On the big screen to get the actual fight.
Why am I not surprised it would be him? But going through all that just to watch Mike Tyson on some chicken legs,
right? At that, right?
Ain't had no problem getting it. I just, pay-per-view channel. It was popped up. Everything was good.
Yeah. For real, yeah. Those is the links that I had to tap into to get it smooth.
Right.
But it's on Netflix. I should have just been able to go on Netflix and cleanly watch it. You know what I'm saying? But now the NFL, their Christmas games are on Netflix. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm not necessarily liking that personally.
It's gonna be a lot.
But you know what? That's the thing too. Like, I talked to you before about WWE on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we're not gonna have a problem watching WWE on Netflix because there's not gonna be 60 million people tuning in to watch Raw every week, right?
Yeah.
But there'll be 5 million maybe all tuning in for Raw every week. But the thing is, if I am a independent person, right, and I'm logging into my Netflix, so I want to watch my show before I go to bed, right?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson fight going on, 60 million watch, and my stuff buffering. I'm trying to watch Gilmore Girls or whatever in the world somebody watching. And it's like, what are we like? If I can't watch,
that's the truth.
That's
the truth. Now the consumer in me is like, y'all should have did more trial runs. You know what I mean? But the businessman in me, is glad to see that something as big as Netflix had that happen. Because shoot, I mean, right now, Investtv, Generational Wealth of Sports is an Investtv original. You see what I'm saying? So when we got 10,000 different channels of people on here that's putting stuff up there, we need to know what we can handle and what we can't. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that Netflix with millions and millions of people that's on there, to have something like this crash is unacceptable for a company that big. You know what I'm saying? So now in the building process of what we're building, we gotta make sure we take care of our situation. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that it happened. You know what I mean? but the consumer in me is like, this is ridiculous. Like,
right.
there's no way in the world this can happen. So once Invest TV blows up and gets its consumers, we don't need them feeling like, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? Why are we wasting our time?
Be a
You know what I mean?
scam.
Right. For real. And see, with Netflix, because they did the first thing they did was the tennis. It was Rafael Nadal against the other kid from Spanish. You know what I'm saying? From Spain. You know what I mean? I can't think of his name right now. Alcaraz. You know what I mean? The young kid. And that was the first live event that they did. I know Jake Paul and them was trying to act like this was, but the first one was that tennis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they didn't have this problem then because ain't too many people trying to watch that tennis. You know what I'm saying? But the way that they present it.
Oh, they streamed before? That was like a TV show that they streamed. It was like a game show or something like that.
That's possible. That's possible. I'm not sure, but yeah, it sounded about right. Because just like with the Tom Brady roast and all that, all the stuff they trying to do live, like man, I had a point. Oh yeah, the way that they can present it because of all the money that they're making from the consumers. Okay, this is why that the NFL has to go over there instead of just putting the Christmas Day games on Fox or NBC or something, because Netflix can offer the most right now. You know what I mean? And if Netflix takes a loss, okay, they're gonna make all the money back in the next couple of months by their subscribers. You know what I mean? Now NBC and them and ABC, they're losing money because the companies that are doing the cable are dropping them, and we can't come to a number. You know what I mean? So they can't dish out the money to the NFL and the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson that Netflix can. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna become the wave of not Spectrum and all these other cable companies that people, Comcast and all them. It's going to be a battle between Hulu, Netflix, and Invest TV. We need in. We need in. We need in.
I'm ready to fight. I'll be part of it.
Yeah, we need in on that. We need in on that.
I'll actually give you one. There is that Netflix didn't necessarily work, but the thing is, we've seen it work before with other streaming services. Like if you go to Paramount Plus or Peacock, they have sports on every weekend. Like I watch Sunday Night Football on Peacock.
Yeah.
I don't watch it on my cable service. I watch it on Peacock.
Okay.
Or on Paramount, I could get the Chiefs game on CBS. So I get the Chiefs game CBS on Peacock instead of watching it through the actual cable, or going on Red Zone, Yeah. So like with Peacock and them, they've shown before that sports work. Like they do great. Yeah. They do every WWE event. They do all the football games. They do college. They do basketball. They do tennis. They did all the Olympics as well at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's like Peacock was doing numbers over the summer because they had the whole Olympics and all the college football. So it's like I feel like Peacock is a very underrated, and Amazon's been doing pretty good on the Thursday Night Football every week.
Yeah. See. Yeah. Amazon Prime got the Thursday Night Football. Yeah, so you already see the pull that's happening right now. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna cable is gonna be kind of like the mall is. The mall is becoming to be more and more irrelevant because of Amazon, and all of these people are just selling, you know what I'm saying? People making clothes in their house and just shipping it out, you know what I mean? And making more money than their Foot Locker, you know what I mean? Right. So like all of that stuff is starting to shut down, and the same thing is happening to cable TV. You know what I mean? So like, this is actually kind of like a deep conversation, you know what I mean? For where we're headed right now.
Right.
Like Kyrie Irving a couple years ago, when he was just frustrated with the media and with the NBA, he was like, if the players just came together and started our own league, we wouldn't be talking about none of this. You know what I mean? Right. Now, and I heard Kenyon Martin and who's the other guy that be with
Gilbert
Arenas, that be with them?
Scott McCants or something?
Yeah, McCants. I heard McCants and Kenyon Martin talking about Big Three. They were like, Ice Cube ain't no basketball player, so he's not like for the players per se. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to explain like you need somebody who's in those rooms to help you grow this league. You know what I mean? Now, say if we were like, okay, Kyrie and we be like, y'all want to start a league? You know, you ain't got to cut ties with what you're doing with the NBA or nothing like that, but we'll give you a platform to do that. You see what I'm saying? Now, all these people that's like, oh man, they cheating in the NFL, they cheating in the NBA, it's all scripted. You know, now they'll come and check out what we got going on. You see what I'm saying? So these are the type of things in the years to come that where we need to be moving. You know what I'm saying? We need to be the first to see things and capitalize on it. You know what I mean? And give people chances. You know, like something that Netflix and all them are not gonna do. They're not gonna give people chances. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna give the
I'm happy there's like 10 different directions we could take this conversation. There's been a take I've been ready to shoot for like a month now, man. And it's like, because if you just watch, like, just look at how the aspect of the world right now is, right? And Joe Rogan is the #1 podcast in the world.
Sure is.
And he has so much influence. He gets so many viewers. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then that's what, because it's like, and then I was like, what is the equivalent here and there? But it's like, he had so much pull that people are listening to people like him instead of listening to the news.
That is true.
And the thing is, it's like people that are in, like, people don't want to listen to the media no more. Like, you listen to Draymond Green podcast, or you want to see Kenny, Shaq, and Charles talk instead of watching Ernie talk just solo, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So it's like the athletes are taking over the journalism game, so to speak.
Yeah.
As far as sports go, you want to hear an athlete talk about some games. You want to hear LeBron talk about football or Tom Brady talk about hockey.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I definitely understand. And that's, you know,
and that's part of the same game that we were just talking about.
Now the bidding war is who can get Tom Brady's podcast to their platform, you know, exclusively. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the bidding war that's going on. You know what I mean? So this, and you know, Joe Rogan, he put Trump in office, and he gonna put Elon Musk in office next if somebody else don't step up. But let me tell you what I like about Joe Rogan. He's not biased. He's gonna interview anybody on his show. If you don't want to come on his show, then you're gonna look like somebody who got something to hide. You know what I mean? Right. And that's why a lot of people that was voting for Trump was like, "Hey man, Kamala didn't go on there." You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the young kids, boys that was in college, was like, she turned down Joe Rogan's. So now that made up our mind on who we voting for. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, but at a certain extent, they kind of right though. You know what I mean? Because don't cut yourself off to these people thinking that they're biased when you can come in there and change some minds. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you really got something to say. You know, so hey, no, I get it. So I like Joe Rogan because he'll interview anybody. He don't care color, creed. He don't care nothing. You come on his show, he about to sit down and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna give you the floor. You know what I mean? And so you know.
Well,
so
but that's the thing is, I want to see what is like, because as an African American male, right? There's a few podcasts that I watch every week. I always watch Joe Budden. And then I might tune in to $1 Million Worth of Games.
Yeah.
I watch Uncle Shay Shay and them.
Okay.
You know, so it's like there's a few people that no matter what, I'm watching them all the time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, how can we get an audience? Like I think the Trump interview for Joe Rogan had 50-some million views, right, on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like, in this case, if he getting 50 million views on YouTube, who can replicate something similar to that, or at least do something like
that's about this.
From that's about this. But actually, I think you know how the same with the streamers, like Aiden Ross supported Trump. We got Kai Cenat over here. I think Kai Cenat is bigger than all the streamers.
I'll tell you this, and I'm speaking from personal experience.
Yeah.
You know, if we had $500,000 to invest into an episode, it'll have 50 million views. That's exactly how that works. Like say they put out a new music video, anybody, Taylor Swift, anybody, and their record label has $100,000. They set the budget over a certain amount of days. So if they be like, we're doing $100,000 for today only, we're paying to YouTube. That's going to be 10 million views that she gets first day her video comes out. That's how they dupe the people. And the people that grow organically, if you start getting those views, they'll start reaching YouTube, and those people will start reaching out to you and being like, hey man, we're not making no money off of you. So either you're gonna you need to put some kind of budget together. You know what I mean? You need to put some kind of budget together with us, or you're just gonna have what you have, where your growth is not gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that works. So if your team got money that they pushing behind your stuff, because once we see it with the consumer, you know what I mean, especially the ignorant consumers that don't know. Once they see you got 1 million views in one day, now they're all making social media posts about it. This video got 1 million posts in one day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they're spreading your stuff out there. So it's a great investment into yourself.
Right.
But you're not gonna make that money back, but till way down the line. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, if what you're saying is actually something that catches on, you won't have to do that no more. People will just be watching your video without YouTube pushing it down their throats. You know what I'm saying? For real. But YouTube, if they making their money, you're gonna get your numbers. For real. So that's how you combat that. If you have the money to put up, our podcast, if we had the money to put up, if we had 100 million in the bank and we said we're gonna take 10 million and put it into this, and with Joe Rogan to be looking at us tomorrow like, whoa, who is this? Who is this that's surpassing my numbers?
Right.
Because YouTube
gotta
and
get
all
on
those
the show.
Right.
YouTube.
I would go on Joe Rogan, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Oh shoot, he would have us on there tomorrow trying to figure out how in the world we got there so fast. But
hey, podcast and I can hoop with Joe Rogan now.
They're not gonna be loyal to the podcast. They're gonna be loyal to the highest bidder. So if YouTube's making money off of you, that's where their loyalty is gonna go. You know, it's the same thing with all this Drake stuff, like, oh, this is the most, all of that. Your record label is taking care of that.
Right.
And making sure you go platinum before your album even comes out, because that's how many streams and downloads they already gonna buy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's good for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is it's an ugly game. It's an ugly game. But if you really got some sort of talent and something to your brand, you can play that game.
Yeah.
But don't let nobody be in your pockets though. Like, I don't need a record label in between me and my people. You know what I'm saying? I don't need, you know what I'm saying? Now it's getting to the point where I don't need a station in between somebody with my script and the consumer. Like, no, my script, I'm going to put this script together and I'm going to put it on my platform. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and when you work that way, now you don't have those problems that the people that be running for their lives be having. Because now it's like because you own if you have a record label, they can only own your royalties for so long. And when it start getting close to that time where you start getting your ownership back, now you're running for your life. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't trying to let that money go.
The copyright stuff only lasts for like, I think 80 years or something like that.
Well, really, they say it's 7 years after the person passes away that copyrighted. So, and you know, everything I do is so that for the generations behind us can keep going and keep going and keep going. You know what I mean? So the thing is now, like, once you sell out, you in their hands. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So just never sell out. Never sell out. Go through your trials and tribulations, and you build the culture, and your tribe will find you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're doing right now. We're just building the culture. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody ever did what we did before. You know what I'm saying? We just building the culture. For real. And when somebody else inevitably tries it, you know. And they probably won't try to give us our credit, but the people that know us will know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all we got to do is just keep it thorough and keep growing. You know what I mean? Keep giving these true takes. Keeping our real emotions for the games into it. You know what I'm saying? and let it do what it do, because we're not just doing it for the clickbait. We're not just trying to get the watch. Like this is what we do. We're gonna do this whether we just sitting down watching the game. We don't even got to be on camera. We're gonna do this. This is how we are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
For real. So,
well, the question is though, is like, then what does the NBA need to do to keep producing victories? Because the NFL, they keep their viewers.
Well, see, the thing about it is they're not gonna go through the NFL's winning the game of getting money to their conglomerate. Okay. Mm-hmm. And the NBA is they're coming up on that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And baseball is gonna be next, and the all of these hockey and all them gonna have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To be able to, like, the NBA's figuring out because they got all this TV money coming in. But the thing that they're not doing is creating their own platforms. You see what I'm saying? NFL TV got somebody behind it that already has a platform. NBA TV already have, you know, our League Pass. All of them are still connected to those people who already got platforms. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But to really conquer it and change everything is only way you get an NBA games is if you watch it on this platform, if you come see it in person. And they're not going to do that because they don't want to go through the struggle.
Right.
Like when you got NBC telling you we'll give you this amount of billions, and you got Fox telling you you'll give you this amount of billions, and it's a bidding war of people talking billions.
Right.
You're not finna be like, you know what, let me just do this out of my own back pocket.
Well, actually, you know, the local market is really where the tough part comes, because it's like watching the Detroit Pistons game. If you have the League Pass, you can't watch the Pistons. Like, I don't know, are you Orlando Magic District or are you Miami Heat District?
I'm in Orlando Magic.
So you got Orlando Magic. So you can't watch Orlando Magic games on League Pass. You have to watch on FanDuel Sportsnet or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's
so they have Bally and Fox Sports had the rights for so long now, and now we flipped over. Like the LA has Spectrum Sportsnet, and they've been on that for God knows how long.
Boy. Yeah.
So it's like
that's crazy.
So it's like, if I want to watch, if I'm just a casual fan of the sport, and I was like, you know what, I haven't watched the Pistons game in 10 years. Let me try to find the Pistons. And then it's like, okay, they're not on any. They don't have, because I think the Pistons have they were in the bracket of 1 to 5 televised games this year. So they only have a handful of televised games this year, but they're a top 10 seed in the East right now. So.
Yeah, that's
I get them on my system. They come up on mine. I get them on Bally and the other.
But do they count as do they count as a streaming, or does that count for a viewership on a Fire Stick or on any? Because like people do the illegal streaming too, but it's like those don't count as views.
Nah, and you know what? Those in a lot of these companies, they connected into that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When it all comes to when it all unravels, they the ones that's putting those streams out there too. So they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But to go back to what I was saying with the like, if they don't want to go through the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because you got all these people throwing money at you. And then all the owners of the teams got to come together and accept these deals. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to be like, you need more money out of my pocket right now to have our own station, like truly our own station. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We got enough creating these parking lots and stadiums. We're not doing that. But 10 years and 20 years down the line, they would be like, oh, this was the best decision we ever made. Because now we don't need none of that. Now we really are standing on our own and paying our players, coaches, and all of our personnel more than ever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that.
And then the thing is, though, is like they'd have to have like a string of networks, because it's like there will be days there's 15 games on. But then what is the content on the channel when you're not paying for it, or when you're not on, when the game ain't on? Then what are you doing?
Yeah, that is true. Are you playing old school games? Are you looping games? And do you own the rights to those games, or do those stations that you left that you leaving behind own the rights to those games?
Exactly.
It's a whole lot of mess. But if you think about it though, like say say it is like a true NBA TV, and they give each team their own channel. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now we talking about something. Now they selling their merch right from a push on your phone. You see what I'm saying? Like all right here, you ain't got to go through you ain't got to go through them the what's the people that sell all them hats. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go through them that's battling with Jaylen Brown and all them. Nah, now your players, man. Hey, I'm telling you, like they would be bigger than they've ever been if they were smart enough, or if they had the what's the word to go through the struggle? If you had what's that?
Like the capital or
no, to go through the struggle, like just personally going through endurance. If you have the endurance to last the first initial part of that struggle, because 10, 20 years down the line, when Jason Tatum's out of the game, he would have his own podcast on the Celtics station. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it would never stop.
Right.
And now his son, when he grows up and gets in the league, you know what I'm saying? Now, and when it would just be forever if they were, and you know what, just a few years of struggle is keeping them from a lifetime of just greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, I'm happy we talking about this stuff because I get to bring the WNBA into it. So the WNBA, the players think that they were gonna have, they was on the verge of a lockout, I think, this year, right?
Yeah.
The NBA once again lost money, and they continuously lose money. So, what do they need to do to make the WNBA profitable?
Now, if they were to do what we were saying right now for the WNBA, they going up. See, I'm glad you said that, because that would be the smartest thing that they could do. Start with the WNBA. Put them on their own, and now you got them. Now you have a channel about the Mystics. You got a channel about the Liberty that people can watch all day if they choose to. You see what I'm saying? And learn about them. And the same way that you try to push all this NBA stuff in their face, now, you know, we don't, it doesn't have to be separated. We ain't just seeing Sabrina and Tarazi all the time. Now we're seeing everything that each team has to offer. You know what I mean? If they were to do that, and they have the money to do it, you know what I mean? They won't do it. But if they were to do it, they would start seeing the WNBA making so much more money and having so much more fans, just because the support that's going to come. Like if Caitlin Clark go out and be like, please, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come watch our channel. Angel Reese, she got her own channel.
Right.
Yeah, for real. Angel Reese got her podcast right now. They just had Carmelo's son on there. He going to Syracuse just like his dad. You know what I'm saying? And they just had him on there. And you know, it's a lot of good things. Like a lot of people watch them. You know what I mean? But they're not gonna continue to do that as time goes on if you don't like make it happen. Like they have to like keep these people on the forefront of people's minds. Like if she didn't have her own podcast, the WNBA ain't pushing her when it's the off season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's keeping herself relevant. The only time I done seen Caitlin Clark is in a picture with Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? They talk about they were both at Indiana, some game in Indiana. You know what I mean? Like the WNBA is not keeping their players on our minds all year round like they need to. And with this, and
it's only a 3-4 month season as well. It's what, 5 months for season from June to September.
Yeah. If they had this service available, you're gonna see, and you know, it's gonna be the younger girl ballers. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the men that train, because the girls' basketball is way more better to watch than the boys' basketball when you're trying to show people how to play the game the right way. You know what I mean? That's something that I done learned training all these kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, watching the girls' game, like everything I'm talking about, you can see it in the girls' game. You know what I mean? So
fundamentally sound.
Yeah, for real. So
well, the thing is, in the big leagues, you got all these athletes and all these things, and there's so many politics in the game.
Yeah, and you know what? We giving away way too much game in this episode.
You're right.
We should be charged. Yo, we giving up way too much game in this episode right now. this is, you know, Gilly and Wallow got $1 million worth of game. This right here is $1 billion worth of game, or this is infinity worth of game. Like this,
Unlimited.
it's insane for real. It really is insane. How much game we just gave the world in this last 30 minutes? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they need to do that. They need to do that. You know. I would love for, you know, for, like I said, we're gonna take our platform and we're gonna get in, you know, we're gonna get in and we're gonna do things that just never been seen before, because we're gonna give people chances, you know what I'm saying? Like watching the Cameron and Mace podcast through YouTube every day. Like, you know, on Invest TV, if somebody else has a channel on Invest TV and our channel's doing good and theirs is not, they can donate to our channel to get ad space on our channel to draw more attention to them. So right now I can go on YouTube and watch Joe Rogan and all them, but I'm not donating to them. You know what I'm saying? Donating to them for space on their podcast. You see what I'm saying? Like my commercial would come up on their podcast if they accept my donation. Now we're networking on a whole higher level. So Joe Rogan and Cam and Mason, those podcasts, man, they're all gonna come to Invest TV for that. You see what I'm saying? Because now all of the people that watch their stuff every day are gonna be donating to get their businesses seen on their stuff. You know what I'm saying? And nobody else can do that. Nobody else can do that without having to pay us. It's in our patent. You know what I'm saying? Like they have to pay us to do that. That's in our networking formula. You know what I mean? It's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So now we just need ambassadors to let the world know. Because we're gonna treat Joe Rogan the same way we're gonna treat Joe Schmo off the streets that he just won a channel. You know what I mean?
Right.
For real, we're gonna treat them the same. And Joe Schmo, if he's a smart businessman, he'll pay Joe Rogan a donation, you know what I'm saying, to get his channel ad on Joe Rogan's station. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, for real. And that's something that I realized. It's not about self. Anytime you just do for self, you're not going to see what you're trying to see. No, this is something everybody can benefit from. There's no reason for you to fight against the next person when you can work with the next person. You know what I mean? Everybody fighting on all these other platforms because there's not an option to work with them unless they message them and say, I want to work with you. You know what I'm saying? But no, I don't want to message you and say, I want to work with you so you can tell me no. I'm going to tell you that I got $150 and you can let me know how many times that puts my commercial on your channel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can negotiate like, nah, 150 ain't enough. I need 1,000. Okay, well, let me get my business up. Let me find somebody that I can get his 150 to, and then that'll work me up to 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe I reached too high on that one. I'll come back to you, Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is, it really is a beautiful thing, man. And we'll dive into it more when y'all when we link up on Christmas, hopefully. You know what I mean? We'll dive into that type of stuff more.
Let's keep the topics rolling off. So I'm about to bring up a fan favorite amongst the world, I guess. They're not a fan favorite of mine. I haven't did that, but I wanted to bring up the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh man!
So what's the deal there with Jerry Jones, to y'all opinion?
It's more about his children and his grandchildren to me. Yeah, to me, it's more if I was Jerry Jones's age and RJ or Reese or somebody didn't come pull me to the side and be like, hey, yo, like you're ruining the franchise with your antics.
You're talking crazy. You're doing crazy.
I have a better example of this. My friend, I got a friend, Sammy, you know what I'm saying? He's from Nigeria. You know what I mean? I let him stay in my house while he got his CDLs. Okay. Now he drives trucks here and he goes back to Africa for 3 months, and then he come back here for a couple of weeks, work, go back to Africa for 3 months, and he called me all the time, just thanking me for just taking a chance on him. Now he got a wife, he got a child over there now. You know what I'm saying? And he got dual citizenship. It's a real beautiful thing. And he told me, if you see somebody in Nigeria over 60 years old driving, they're gonna question their children. Like, why is your parents still driving? Like, where's your family? You know what I'm saying? It's a certain age you get to where you're not supposed to be dealing with certain things anymore. Okay, right. 60 is still a little too young to not be driving, but that's how that is over there. Beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But for Jerry to be the age that he is and still be so day to day with the Cowboys, I'm looking at his children and grandchildren, man. It just ain't. It ain't right. It ain't right.
I understand that.
Mm-hmm. They try to talk to him, but he ain't gonna listen a whole lot. That rascal still think he on top of the game. It's been 30 years since they busted a grape.
Man, for real. You know what? We'll let him go chill with Michael Irvin in the bar all day. You know what I'm saying? Get that man out of the give him a room in the facility and make him think that he doing something.
Right. You know, a lot of the NFL teams are run in very questionable circumstance. So, because it's like there's a few like, I don't know too, but I know a few things about a few different owners in the league. Like, I know that the Khans that run the Jaguars, right? I know that the son runs the day-to-day of the Jaguars, but he also is running like a wrestling company because he has AEW that he does. And he makes all the decisions there too.
Hey, shoot, AEW is dope. Yeah. AEW is dope. That I actually started watching that, like, because I had gave up on wrestling. Yeah. It got a little bit too fake for me, too weird. Yeah. I won't say fake. I'll say it got too weird for me. You know what I mean? I grew out of it. You know, but shoot, AEW, they got that old school over there.
Yeah. So, and that's the thing, is like, so it's like they're doing all sorts of stuff, right? And I'm like, if Tony Khan, I don't know what his choice is, but really, I was like, shoot, he could hire some people to run wrestling while he runs the day-to-day of the Jags. Because Jags,
yeah, that is true.
Because the Jags, I feel like they have a weird, because they were pretty good a couple of years ago. They weren't championship good, but they were good enough to be in the playoffs, solid in the playoff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is now is they're bad again.
Yeah.
And for as long as I've known the Jaguars in my lifetime, they've been a bad team.
They've tried to have their moments, I'll say that, but they in that they in their Travis Hunter sweepstakes right now.
and it's like, I don't know what like, I mean, I feel like it's too much on your plate. It's too much on your plate, because you run one thing, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, that is true.
Because when you run a pro wrestling company, he's the one that's deciding who win in the matches. He's the one who's deciding the money decisions. He's the one doing all that stuff. And then you have to run an NFL franchise alongside that.
You gotta, you have to delegate those responsibilities. A lot of people, man, when they get attached to these things, they can't let go. You know what I mean? But
my baby.
Yeah, but if you really want to truly see the success of it, you got to realize that you can't be doing everything. You know what I mean? You can't be the money man. You can't be the, you know what I'm saying? You can't be all that. It's the same thing when I tell people when they get in relationships. Like, you can't look at your man or your woman to be the person that supplies you with love, happiness, and finances. Like, you have to do it. Like, you should be the source of all of those things in your life. And you should be getting these things upgraded and enhanced by the person that you bring into your life. You know what I'm saying? But they can't be the sole proprietor of your love, your happiness, and your finances are attached to this person. Right. You know what I mean? If they make you mad, you ain't happy no more. If they take money away, you broke forever. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't love you, you don't have love in your life. You don't know how to find it. You know what I'm saying? So no, you have to
integrated experience.
Yeah. So if you have a company, if you're the money man, then supply the money where it needs to go. Put people in place that know how to run the media, that know how to run the production, that know, you know what I'm saying? Like, put people in place You know what I mean? I call it the spider. You got your seed, you got your entity at the top, and you gotta have you gotta have all the legs. They gotta work right. You need your HR, you need your employees. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't got it set up like that, you got a self-employed self business. You know what I'm saying? It is not set up to bring
subject
in
to burnout.
For real.
But it's like running the day to day has got to be crazy. To run the day to day of an NFL team, like it's an everyday thing.
Yeah. I don't see how
30
you can...
hours in a day. Do it.
Yeah, for real.
And it's like if I got to do something completely different and then worry about touring across the world, too, because AEW went to London the last 2 years. They're going to Texas. And they're around the country. Wrestling is around the country.
Yeah.
It's a new city every week.
Yeah, and I mean, and all that they put into it, man, they deserve it for real. Like for real, you got to have somebody that's overseeing it that can give their all to it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't just because you the owner don't mean you have to be the overseer. You know what I mean? Like these are like you need a lot of eyes on it. You know what I mean? So,
and then that's the thing about Jerry Jones is like that was like I think a couple of years ago everybody wanted the Fords to sell the Lions, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it may or may not have been a mistake.
Yeah. Well, and then you got to think about that. You got to think about that. Like say like Pops, man. If Pops' ego was through the roof, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like we not battling with Pops, we battling with his ego. You know what I'm saying? But and when people are real egotistical like that, they're going to, when you do turn your back on them, they're going to do their best to shower you with things to get you to turn back around and see them again. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're not going to raise you to be somebody who's going to step up. They're going to raise you to be somebody who's like, oh yeah, let's see what Pops has to say about this. You know what I mean? Let's follow his lead. You know what I mean? And you can follow his lead to a point, but you should be following a leader into leadership. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and right now, he's the one that's the end all be all for the company.
Right.
And he's too old. He ain't 50. He ain't 60. He ain't 70. You know what I mean? Like, he too old for that.
Right.
For real. And you know, they're gonna, until they fix that dynamic of the situation, they're gonna continually see themselves go down. Right now, they don't even like Dak don't want to play. He don't want to play. Michael Parsons played last night. He don't want to play. Like these guys don't want to play. I think CD Lamb is the only one who wants to play, but he wants it every play. Like give me the ball.
As long as he get it. He on the sideline with towels over his face.
For real. Wake me up when you gonna throw it to me.
Like 4 or 5 season-ending injuries in like the last 10 years. Because it's been at least 3 or 4 years that he's been like Odell for the Browns for so many seasons. But he's been out for the year like every other year for like a long time here.
Yeah, man. No, it's a mess over there. It is. It's a mess.
Yep.
I don't know whether like they're another one.
And I understand Dak being out of the game because you've heard stuff about him and in his home family life and stuff like that over the years, like the whole brother suicide stuff. That I think
he got a lot going on, man.
Yeah,
mentally.
So it's like we seen that, and so it's like I wouldn't want to play football neither at that point.
Yeah, I'm already. I mean, you gotta think about that, man. Right. Like for real. Like they in commercials together a couple of years ago, so it ain't like you took yourself out while we were going through the struggle. Like we were coming through it. Like we made it through it. And that's a lot that I don't even want to think about it. Like I couldn't.
Good. He's getting good. And he took himself out.
Like for real. Like we went through all this together. We got endorsements. You know what I'm saying? Like we in these chicken noodle soup commercials together and all this stuff. And then this, like, yeah, man. Like that's tough, man. That's tough for Dak to even still be playing you know, is
then all the scrutiny for being the Dallas Cowboy quarterback. One of the most stressful jobs in the world. I think once we talk about that, then what is because I think it might have been on here that we talked about it, or it was like on the First Take or something. They said, what is the hardest job? And it was like being a runner, coaching the Lakers, coaching the Patriots, coaching these. And it's like, you sit and think about it. It's like, if I'm the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, I'm under the most scrutiny and the most pressure to win every year. And we haven't won in 30 years.
Yeah. If you
and then I've had 4 or 5 season-ending injuries.
A black quarterback or a black coach. It don't matter what the organization is. You know, the hardest job is gonna be a black owner. That's why there ain't none. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter what's going on. The hardest job is gonna be that. Or like even think about that. Like, I think Michael Jordan is probably like one of the only black people that are in some sort of stake of ownership. And I literally heard somebody before the season say, he needs to suit up. Like, how can you expect this, man? And I think they were serious. To turn this organization around, Jordan needs to play. And if he ain't willing to do that, then he needs to take himself out of ownership. Like, what? Like,
how
man,
many other owners are gonna get that ultimatum?
like what's going on here? You know,
well, you know, the thing about it is, like, I feel like it isn't really fair in the NBA right now, right? Because it's like the money in the NBA has grown so much in the last 15 years that, because if you look at the value of the Warriors, right? The Warriors were worth $800 million 15 years ago, and that was 09, 08, right before Steph Curry got drafted. They're worth $8 billion, $9 billion now. That's a whole different ballpark of value and money. They went from a bottom feeder to the most valued team in the league.
Right.
So it's a whole different ball game with the money the NBA is playing with now.
Yeah, you ain't lying. That's
gotta win. You win.
Gotta do that. For real. Now, are they gonna give Steph ownership when he's done because of all that he's done?
Well, that's the thing, is like, in my personal opinion, I was like, shoot, Steph deserved the money. I was like, shoot, that's like, shoot, I deserve every penny that this team.
He needs a stake in the organization.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they ever trade him away in a couple of years, if they trade him away, that's why that's them saying they not gonna do it. For real. The same thing that they did to Wade and Heat.
Yeah.
They traded him away, and now he got a stake in Utah. And not in but your statue that don't even look like you is in Miami.
Well, I mean, that's the same as Shaq. And Shaq got a stake of the Sacramento Kings still. So it's like, there's a whole bunch of, I think KG might be was part of the new Minnesota stuff.
Yeah,
but
so
that blew up.
If Steph stays with the Warriors and be like, y'all trying to trade me? Nah, I'm retiring. Now they might have to give him like a little 1% to stay.
Actually, you know what? That might be why LeBron went to LA. He might get a stake in the Lakers when he retire.
Yeah, I don't know. He done did a lot of bouncing. I don't know.
But the point of why, and LA needs it, at least.
I mean, but he trying to go to Vegas, man.
Right.
Yeah, he trying to put a team in Vegas.
Start a whole new franchise. Then run for president.
Yeah, man.
That's if we have America by then.
Come on, Draymond ain't got a chance. Draymond ain't got a chance to get no ownership stake. It's a wrap for him.
He's you know, and that's the thing. I seen them talking about him grabbing Zach Edey's leg today on First Take, and I'm like,
why in the world?
Draymond in controversy. Nobody even pay attention to it no more. They're like, oh, it must be Sunday.
Yeah, that's something about the Big Ten right there. He mad at Edey.
That's anger control. He got fouled or something on the other end, and was still mad when he came down there, and then that play happened. So you know. He got that anger control still going.
Yeah, he got to take care of that, man. He got to take care of that.
Well, luckily, in a few years, he won't be on the court no more. So he
sagging on me.
Yeah.
And then I think
some often the Saginaw dudes. They be a little.
I think he might be where he's not going to be as aggressive off the court like he was before. Like, I think it was 2015 or 16, he had slapped one of the football dudes over here in East Lansing.
Yeah.
And so it's like there's been a whole bunch of stuff with Draymond, and it's like, I mean, Draymond is Draymond. It is what it is, and as long as nobody has gotten hurt, which they haven't yet, we're all right.
Yeah. Well,
until somebody does get hurt, then that becomes a whole can of worms that I hope never happens. Pray to God it don't happen.
Yeah, I hear that.
And I don't want to see that happen to Draymond because I grew up watching Draymond pretty much. So it's like I remember when he came to Michigan State. I remember him graduating. I remember I went to the Hall of Fame with Toya a couple years ago. So I've seen Draymond do a lot of stuff, man. So
you got your photo. You got your photo with Draymond. For real.
He's the nicest guy in the world when it's not a competition going on.
Right.
Man.
He's articulate, smart, you do a lot of great things, but once he gets that anger rolling, he can go off the rails.
I mean, seen him talking to that interview guy earlier in the year. He was like, "Oh yeah, if you take care or whatever." He said something, and Draymond got confrontational with him, and then it was like, "Uh-oh."
Man. Hey, he gets a pass, man. He did his time in Lansing. He gets a pass. He gets a pass, man.
Yeah, he went to a couple Final Fours, right? Couple Final Fours for us.
I know they got in there, yeah.
So,
it was his dancing bear days. He's like a dancing bear out there.
Sure. He was.
Wasn't he National Player of the Year or something like that too? Did he get like
while he was at Michigan State?
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that.
He got like some major award.
Yeah, I'm sure he got a award.
Denzel Valentine got one. He was better than Denzel.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Denzel was doing his thing over there.
For
a couple of them years, that boy was out there. Yeah. He was doing his thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But maybe Draymond might have had a little bit more talent on the team he was on at Michigan State. And it was times where Denzel was the whole team over there.
Yeah.
So maybe
Draymond didn't even start till last senior year. He was coming off the bench up until then.
Okay. Yeah, sure. That's what's up, man. For real. Yeah, man. I had a few things I wanted to talk about, man. A quick one is that Orlando Magic's team without Paolo, man. How they doing so good?
You know what? They're playing in the same. That's the asterisk on the Cavs name. It's the same on their name.
And Wendell Carter out.
East. It's a very questionable Eastern Conference they're playing in right now.
Yeah, man. They done won about 6-7 in a row. For real. Without their star.
2 player years in a row.
So who is that?
I said Zach Edey won 2 player of the years in a row.
Oh, yeah, he did that.
But that doesn't necessarily matter because, like, I didn't hear the guy. The year before it is Tishbui, or however you pronounce his name. I apologize for the pronunciation.
Oh, from Kentucky?
Yes.
Tishbui.
Yeah. And where is he at? Where is that guy at?
I don't know, man. I think he was. I think he was playing for the Jazz or something on the G League.
Really?
I mean, the last I heard, I think that's where he was at.
Yeah, Luka Garza won twice. Doug McDermott. Most of these guys I know, they played in the league. Everybody but let's see, D Brown did one. Let's see, that's 05 right there.
You said D Brown. D Brown from Illinois?
Yep.
He won a national player of the year?
Well, it was a co-winner with Bogut.
Yeah, man. Sure. We played D Brown in one of them tournaments back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
For real. I don't want to bring it up, man. I don't want to
Long
bring it
day,
up because we should have won. We should have won, but I
Every
let
name
my
on
teammates
the
make
list
a
is
stupid
pretty familiar.
decision. For real.
I mean, shoot, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, there's a lot of familiar names on here, like and pretty much from until like 95, this list is pretty familiar.
Oh
And
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
in there, like the only like you would know pretty much the entire list. Like if you knew who D Brown was, you probably know the whole list here. So
Yeah.
but then they got Sean Respert from State won.
Wow.
He won. He had a 3-way tie with Joe Smith and Ed O'Bannon.
Wow, that's something right there. They couldn't make a
Oh,
decision.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like this list is pretty interesting. There's so many. There's a lot of familiar names, but then there's a lot of random toss-ins here. Like they got this dude named Chalbert Cheney or something.
Calbert Cheney.
From Indiana.
That was a shooting dude. They left-handed.
Yeah, it's like it's through the annals of history, right? Like these all these. But yeah, it was like I can recognize Stacey King got one, Sean Elliott, Dennis Scott got one, which is shocking from knowing he is an NBA role player, was player of the year in college, you know?
Most stunts do seem to be role players on there.
Yeah. They got Walter Berry, Johnny Dawkins from St. John's and Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Yeah, you done went way back. Yeah, man, that's something. That's something. And another thing that was popping up, man, was I was watching that Wizards game, and I said like how they only beat the Hawks. Those are their only 2 wins, and they in the sweepstakes for Cooper Flag. Like we got to figure out what can happen to stop this tanking. You know what I mean? In the NBA, I have a big problem with the tanking in the NBA, and I was just thinking
they moved the lottery.
Right.
They moved that lottery around to where you had them ping pong balls now, so that was supposed to stop the tanking so much.
Yeah.
Well, being the worst team, you're not likely to get the highest pick. Like you might get a top 5 pick, like Detroit got the top 5.
Well, what I'm saying is take the lottery completely out of it. For real, like make every team eligible for the lottery. And now let me tell you how this works. Okay, say the Celtics win. Okay, again, and they win first pick in the draft. Now, if you bring in Cooper Flag, you got to move somebody. You can't pay Drew, Derek White, Tatum, and Brown and all them and keep Cooper Flag. You're gonna have to move somebody. You know what I mean?
Flag be on a rookie contract. It doesn't cost them that much money.
I mean, well, I'm saying eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move somebody. And instead of like all these incentives in the contracts, like you make this certain amount of threes, or if you just like no, make all the incentives on winning. If you don't win these amount of games, you don't get this boost in your contract. You see what I'm saying? Like that's gonna take away the tanking, and it's gonna make people like it's gonna make you strengthen up your roster. You know what I mean? Because if Cooper Flag did go to the Celtics, even though I watched this game when they played and lost to Kentucky, I believe. Hey, I ain't sure. When it was on him, that boy crumbled like ashes.
Like he was from Maine.
For real. But hey, that's neither here or there. We shall see. But
He's the right complexion. He's the right complexion to get there.
Right.
Well, you know what?
Caitlin Clark bump.
Right.
Yeah.
He got to get the dog in him a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. And I believe like if you do those 2 things with the contracts and the incentives, you know what I mean? Put all the incentives on winning. Because now, like if I know I need 3 more threes and we in the 82nd game of the season, I might hurt the team trying to get my boost.
For sure.
Put all the boosts on winning.
Mm-hmm.
For real. For all the boosts on winning. If they can do that for the in-season tournament, they can do this for everybody's individual contracts. You know what I'm saying? Put all the boosts on winning and take the lottery out. Take the lottery out. For real. Take the lottery out. And now just let it fall how it falls.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It ain't just certain teams that get this. Nah, everybody has a chance to be the number one pick. Everybody has the same amount of chance to be the number one pick.
Actually, I'm gonna ask you this, right? So New Orleans is 4-10 on the season so far. They whole roster pretty much is.
They whole starting five except for Ingram is out.
So, well, they got most of their good bench guys are gone too. They got 3 bench guys that are, I think, Alvarado, Murphy, and them all missing too. So it's like they're missing 90%. At that point, I know that we starting off really bad to the season, and I don't know when everybody else gonna all be back, right? So do I just tank?
Trying or not, you're gonna be struggling.
Yeah,
right.
See, and this is the
top 10 in the NBA. If I told you that a finals team is a top 10 in their conference, would you believe me? Because Dallas ain't in the top 10 right now.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas is number 11 behind Sacramento.
They've been in nothing but close games too.
So it's
they've
like
been beat up too. PJ been out, just came back.
Yep, Doncic
was out
last night.
Minnesota number 8 right now.
Yeah.
And then do the lottery, take the lottery out of it, but pick the order during the season. Like not when it gets to the playoffs. Like pick the order of how the teams are gonna draft in the next draft while you're at the beginning of the season. So the Celtics, whether they know they're gonna win the championship or not right now, they already know they got the number 1 pick after the season. And now other teams that is like, how they're gonna have an embarrassment of riches. We got to make some trades to get up there. You see what I'm saying? Now you battling the whole time and you doing what you got to do to get yourself positioned. You know what I'm saying? So now you know, like, well, we gotta win. For real. We gotta win because it doesn't matter if we tank. We don't win, we ain't gonna get nothing. You know what I'm saying? So now you'll see a lot of them people who sitting down and doing all this stuff. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff.
I'll offer an inverse.
Especially with your incentives being boosted with winning.
I'll offer an inverse of that. So instead of doing that, we'll take the teams in the lottery and then they'll have even odds. So it's like if you miss the playoffs altogether, you'll be in the lottery and everybody in the lottery has a chance to get in the first pick in the draft.
Well, you know what?
It's a tough struggle, man. You can't say that at the start of the year because what's Washington's incentive? We know we can't beat Boston now, so they're gonna be better after they get this news. Like,
hey, they gonna have to put it all out there. Got to play as hard as you can. You know what I'm saying?
You're just gonna get beat. Like playing the Durant Warriors, you know, you play as hard as you want to and still lose by 10.
Man, yeah, you ain't lying. Yeah, that's a tough one, but you gotta think about it though. Shoot, Sarr is the number 2 pick. He on there.
Right.
They ain't winning.
Well, Sarr hasn't been good this year. He's been horribly inefficient.
He's a building block.
He's very raw. A lot of these Frenchmen are pretty raw talent.
Like look at the let me see if I can pull up the top 10. Like who is actually serving a purpose on their team right now? You know what I'm saying? You got Ricochet over there with the Hawks. He doing a little something.
Right. Well,
of course, now that the
video,
Hunter's back,
most inefficient player or one of the most inefficient players in the league.
So, Hunter's back now, so his minutes are gonna.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull up this top 10 and just look at it.
You know, had, what, 5?
Reed Shepard. I can't even place a bet on him. Like he ain't even relevant enough for me to bet. Like, they won't even let me get no odds on him.
Right.
Right. Well, he was supposed to get in there and be the backup to Van Vliet, but they've been giving the ball to Amen Thompson. He's been
Yeah,
point guard a lot, and that's been cutting down his minutes. But
yeah.
he'll play eventually. Probably second half of the season, he'll get more time. But
And okay, you got Steven Castle. So
hmm
Spurs, he been getting his minutes. He doing all right.
yep,
He was a problem for the Lakers the other night.
hmm
I had a little brow sweat coming off. I was like, oh, they might get us tonight. Man.
They got the Pistons got Ron Holland. Who is that?
yeah.
Who is that?
He
Is
actually plays a little bit.
he plays?
Yeah, he actually does play a little bit.
Yeah.
He gets a
Corey,
few here.
Sar Thompson's still out, and once he gets healthy, that's gonna nudge some of his minutes right there. But he's getting, he should be probably the eighth guy on the team, something like that.
If I'm looking at this first round of draft picks. Zach Edey with the Grizzlies is getting big minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Williams with the Jazz is getting big minutes.
And
you know what I mean? And Connect is getting big minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. That Jacoby Walker, that De Silva for the Magics, he getting big minutes because of the injuries. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of these guys are playing because of the injuries.
Yeah.
To their teams that I see.
Oh, I had to change my in-season tournament picks. Just because he mentioned injuries, Chet Holmgren broke his hip, so I have to change a little bit.
I think who did I think I might have had the Pelicans, man. I was tripping.
I mean, you didn't know that 8 out of 15 was gonna be missing.
Yeah, man, that ain't no lie.
But I mean, I might just say Houston or the Warriors just gonna take that.
I got the Celtics winning it, but I had them against the Pelicans. You had the Knicks winning it against the Thunder, and Pops had the Thunder winning it against the Magic.
Right, that was a pretty good guess. Magic are the number one in the East right now as far as that cup standings. They have a 37-point differential, which plays a big role in that. Let's see.
Man, I shouldn't even bet on it.
In the East right now is Orlando, Atlanta, and Detroit, and New York is the fourth team.
Until I understand how in the world this thing works, I shouldn't even have got in it. Like, I'm gonna stick with the Celtics, even though I know they lost against the Hawks their first night in the end season.
Well, they play Cleveland tonight. If they beat us, then there's.
Oh man, I don't know about that. Yeah, it looked like the Jazz rookies is all playing. Collier, he playing. Filipowski, he playing.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah, they the only ones that's playing all their
lose. When you're bad, when you're bad, you can play.
Like, I mean, they got a few people in the wasteland, like my boy Clarkson and Sexton over there in the wasteland.
Mm-hmm. Lakers need Sexton.
Shoot, I don't know.
Our biggest weakness is point guard and speed on the outside. Every good guard is going to kill us. We can't stay in front of them,
Yeah.
Need somebody that can stay in front of them a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could switch up this lottery situation and be all right, because I ain't seeing nobody. I ain't seeing nobody.
Everybody in the lottery, though?
Nah, you got to have all the teams. You got to have all the teams, because, I mean, come on. The Jazz didn't even have a pick in the top 10, and they still, all their players is playing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if Ricochet was on the Celtics right now or on the Warriors or something, he'd be getting the same amount of minutes that he getting.
Right. Well, the thing is, the Jazz, they should probably already have a lot there. They should already have a bunch of draft picks in the first place because they traded 2 superstars, or not superstars, but stars away.
Yeah.
So it's like trade Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert to blow up the team, and Danny Ainge running the. You know how Danny Ainge gets down.
Yeah. I mean, even if you look at it,
get Ricky like that though.
Yeah.
You can't have it because Boston did that back in the day when they drafted Leonard Bias out of Maryland. with the #1 pick. And they already had Bird and McHale and all these cats.
Yeah, you're
They'd have blew everybody out if that guy had tried to sniff some cocaine for the first time in his life.
That following season, they won.
Man, that boy, woo, he'd have ate up some people.
Man. And
you know, they like the NBA wants you to be, up and down. That way everybody gets a chance. Be up, be down, be up, be down. Everybody has a chance. They don't want a rich getting richer situation because LA and Boston were dominating them. Like I said, if Bias had been there, Boston they would have knocked Jordan out for the first few years, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
Bias
hear that.
would have been right about 1990, 1993 or there. He'd have been as good as Jordan. That boy was tremendous. I mean, all the moves and strong and 6'8".
Man.
It'd have been unfair.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. The NBA wants you to look at it like they want to make it fair. That's how they want us to look at it, though. You know what I mean? It ain't working.
If Bias was healthy, they might would have been. You say I think Magic is better than Bird, right? But the reason why I put Magic over Bird would be inverse. It would be Bird over Magic if Len Bias existed, and then they would have probably won 87 because that's the final battle. Right?
Boston would have won 5-6 years in a row, right?
Or who knows if Detroit gets past them.
That good.
You said that would have made Bird play a little longer.
Won a championship. The Pistons would have never won.
Nope.
No,
they'd have beat the Pistons easy.
Wow.
So it's like that's a whole load with that.
That's something.
Yeah, the balance of power just would have totally shifted.
Yeah, that's nuts, man. The things that you wish you could have been able to see.
Well, I don't want to see it because I'm a Laker fan, so I didn't want to see it. But the Boston people, they had just been all beside themselves.
Oh man, I believe it.
The catch up that LA has been on with Boston wouldn't have even occurred if that. Like if
it was like the Lakers when they got Worthy. They hated on us for getting Worthy. When we were making it to the finals, and here comes
we had the best player in the world at the #1 pick too. At that, you get Magic, and he turns to the best player in the world.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's
right.
up. For real. Okay, then I guess they
just behind the scenes.
I guess they just got to keep it the same for now. Then
I'm mad they canceled Winning Time. Still, I enjoyed watching Winning Time. Winning Time, fight the show.
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good show they put together. I know they canceled it. I wish they wouldn't have.
It was nice seeing history you already know, but in like a TV show.
Yeah. See, this is that goes back to what we was talking about before. When people drop the ball on shows like that, you can pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You could immediately been on the phone like, hey man, how y'all feel about this Winning Time show? Should we bring that to Investtv? If we had the money to do that, we would have been like, yep, pick it up. You know what I'm saying? We gonna run it all the way to Shaq and Kobe. You know what I mean? For real. Yeah, so that's the way that works, man. For real. All right, man, let's get our picks in. And this last week, me and Pops went 8-6. D went 10-4. He trying to come up in the world. I don't know why you picked the Browns, but Jameis, man, he did throw for like 300 in the first half.
I was trying to catch lightning in a bottle there.
And them doggone Jets. Them Jets just ain't got it, man. Them Jets just ain't got it.
They fired their GM today.
Rolling.
And the Falcons, man, the Falcons just hurt my heart. Like what happened to them? For real.
Yeah, it's one of them weeks.
That's ridiculous, man. D picked the Colts when we both picked the Jets. And he picked the Bills, man. We had the Chiefs.
You know, it was a hard decision that I had to make right there. Now I really mulled that one over, and I was like,
both of them were close games, you know, within a possession.
And I was like, if it's gonna be one game, the Chiefs have been on the verge of losing every week. If it's gonna be one, it had to be that one.
Yeah. I feel it.
Yeah. All right.
I knew it was gonna happen too, but I wasn't betting against them.
Had to see it first.
Right. Okay, Thursday night, we got the Steelers at the Browns.
Strong Steelers on that one.
Oh, definitely.
Man.
He taking this. He gonna take the Browns 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know about that one. They 2-8.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah, I gotta go Steelers. I want to take the Browns, but I'm gonna go Steelers. Can I split it? No.
And then you got the Titans at the Texans. I gotta take.
I'm gonna go Texans. I was like, thinking, why am I thinking about this?
Hey, they tried to play the Vikings hard at the beginning of the game last week. And they do, it's crazy, but they got the #1 pass defense. The Titans do. Really? That's weird.
Yeah. They're a strange team, but just not enough on offense.
Yeah. Next, we have the Vikings at the Bears.
Let's see. I'm gonna go Vikings because they 8-2 on the year, man. Balling.
I think
I'm gonna go Bears. I'm gonna think Caleb gonna have a game against these guys.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings, but it ain't an easy one because I think after this the way they lost this last game, the Bears about to come out trying to make something happen. It's either gonna defeat them or lift them up.
It's in Chicago, right?
It's in Chicago.
Yeah, they're gonna win that.
Okay, next is the Cowboys against the Commanders.
Commanders.
Yeah,
Cowgirls are done.
Yeah.
It took a lot for me not to say Cowgirls while I mentioned them earlier. I had to don't say.
Yeah, they'll probably be better off having their cheerleaders play for them right now.
Right.
Yeah, better chance.
Maybe that's what Jerry's looking at. We're doing good out there. What you guys talking about?
We look good. We look good in those low cut uniforms.
Right. For real.
The cow babies.
Next, we got the Patriots at the Dolphins.
Ugh.
I'm taking.
You said at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is whatchamacallit Tariq playing?
Shoot, I don't know.
Because I don't see him be reserved.
Even when he plays right now, it's like he ain't out there for some reason, but he was there last week.
People are
back now, so he's playing now that Tua's back.
I say people are betting on the New England to win.
Not me. I got the Dolphins.
Give me my fins.
All right, I'm concur three ways. So.
Now we got Chiefs at the Panthers.
Chiefs.
Man, I gotta take the Chiefs, but I'm telling you, man, weird
this was supposed to be the letdown game. Yeah, this was gonna be letdown game had they beat the Bills. You know.
Yeah.
I think this would have been the letdown game. That's just the Panthers.
Right.
And they come up. Panthers always got one game in them.
Yeah, I know, right?
But it's not going to be this week now.
Then we got the Bucks at the Giants.
I'm gonna go Bucks. We said at the Giants.
Yeah.
Danny DeVito.
Let's see, 94% of bets are for Tampa, so
they must be getting Mike Evans back if that's the odds.
Yeah. Well, let me see here. Yeah, Tampa's pretty bad, man. These guys are struggling.
What you got, Pops?
I'll go Bucks. Don't want to, but I'll go Bucks.
Yeah, I understand.
Let me look at week 11.
I'm gonna take the Bucks as well. It just seems ridiculous to take the Giants.
It's hard to make that move.
They took a bye week. They almost beat the Panthers. Yeah, I gotta go Buccaneers, man. I was gonna try to do something different, but I was like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we got the Lions at the Colts, and I'm pretty sure
Detroit Lions. As much as I don't want to root against my Colts, man.
Yeah.
That's Lion time. The Lions.
Yep.
Lions.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to see with us all getting a lot of the same teams. That lets me know I'm probably gonna have a good week of betting this week.
Hey, you still got some tough ones coming.
Yeah, you're right. We got the Broncos versus the Raiders, and this ain't one of them. I'm taking the Broncos. I need them to lose, but they can win if I ain't betting against them.
It's Bronco time.
Yeah, they got a roll going. They're all right.
Yeah. You know, some of these would feel like a for sure thing, but when you put money on it, that changes real fast.
Well, that's what they tell them to take the game for you. Hey, Chief put money on the Cardinals this time. Seahawks.
The Cardinals against the Seahawks. I think I'm gonna take the Cardinals because the Seahawks got one last week.
People are betting that the Seahawks are gonna win that game.
I'm sure.
5% of bets are for the Seahawks.
I believe it.
Wow, that's a tough one there.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cards.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. I think they got 2 weeks in them. Gino got 2 weeks in him. He can do. Come on, Gino.
Let's see. And there's no injuries on the Cardinal side, and there's 2 tight ends out for the Seahawks. It's at 65% of bets. I want to say Seahawks, but I don't want to say Seahawks at the same time. I feel like I'm pressure.
I don't know.
Flip a coin.
You're right. Let's see. I might have a coin somewhere. Mo catch a tiger by. So I'm gonna just say Seahawks. Why not?
With the Hawks.
Well, what's one win or one loss? If you win, you win. If you lose,
up there, right? In Seattle, 12th man.
Yes, in Seattle, yeah. Then
and it's a fight. Like this is a potential. Who's making the conference or who's making the division winner match?
Yeah, they all pretty much tied over there.
Yeah, it's a tough one over there right now. Then it's the 49ers at the Packers. Man, this is gonna be a good game, I think.
I'm gonna go Packers.
Okay. I'm going with the Niners on that one. I think they got to get some comeback after what they just did the other day.
Well, I'm looking at the injury reserve, and Kittle, Bosa, and a bunch of O-line guys are questionable. So I'm going to pick the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, you're right.
Spread they got too as well.
I'm going to take the Niners, but yeah, when I seen Kittle on the sideline last week, I said, oh, man. He's the one that would have took him over the top. Okay, Sunday night football. We got the Eagles at the Rams.
Eagles at the Rams. I'm going to go Eagles.
Yeah, I can't bet against the Eagles right now, man. I'm going Eagles.
I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah, the Rams did. Hey, I like how the Rams played. The Rams did play good. Now they got their weapons back, man. I think they both Nakua and Cup went over 100 yards.
Got 100 touchdown each.
For real. And Monday night we got the Ravens at the Chargers.
Now, part of me wants to say Chargers can win that game.
Oh, they've been playing well. They
are playing good.
Harbaugh.
They've allowed the least points.
Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
Points in the NFL.
I'm going with the Ravens, man. In the playoffs, I might go with the Chargers if it happens again because his brother gonna need some of that get back. He already got beaten in the Super Bowl against his brother, and he gonna
It's in
lose.
SoFi.
Yeah.
In LA.
I'm going Ravens, man. I'm going Ravens. They just let a team beat them with all field goals, man. They got to be on a mission.
I'm looking at the season stats, and I might just have to say Ravens off for strength of that alone.
The Chargers are overachieving.
That's what Harbaugh teams do. Jim Harbaugh teams do.
The Chargers allow the least points a game.
True that.
Wow, that's a tough call.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And what did you say, Lemar?
Lemar, I gotta go with Lemar. Come on back, Lemar.
I think that's it.
Yeah, we locked in for the week. It's a for the most part we see things the same, but it's a few discrepancies up in here. We'll see how
we got a bonus pick on tonight's game, Cavs and Celtics. Tiebreaker.
Oh man. I want to see the Cavs keep it going.
I got the Cavs.
I have to say, and I can't be a Cavs fan to get up here. Oh, the Celtics are gonna win. Even if I think they will win, I have to say Cavs by default.
They play, like you said, they play them again in this stretch. So I'm the Celtics gonna end it tonight, man. I want the Cavs to win, but the Celtics gonna end it tonight. I have to say so.
All right.
Yeah, man. Well, that was a heck of an episode, man.
Yeah.
That was a heck of an episode. If the right billionaire watches this episode, I hope he cuts us a check.
Mark Cuban. Come on, Mark Cuban.
I hope he cuts us a check, man. This episode was for people that are with a higher level of thinking. I can tell you that. For real. That's
enterprising entrepreneurs.
Yeah, for real. And hey, we here. We here for a conversation if they reach out.
Right.
Yep.
We're
ready.
All right, man. You said you're going to the game tonight, Pops?
Yeah, we'll check out these sad Spartans.
Oh,
man.
Man. No fire in them guys, man. Just whew. And I don't see them in the Big Ten. I don't see, I don't know. If they go 500 the Big Ten, I'll be the most surprised guy in America. Because you can't beat, they're not going to be able to beat Illinois. They can't beat Indiana. They always struggle with Iowa. Oregon's tough.
Yeah.
UCLA and USC, they're going to split with. Maryland presses all the time, so that's going to kill them. And they're good. And Rutgers got them 2 freshmen. Ace Bailey, I think, might be the number 1 pick once. That boy looked like Kevin Durant out there. He's sweet, boy. He just got healthy, He's sweet out there. He's got a nice shot, just fluid, He's Kevin Durant in the making at 6'10". So that's, that's 9 teams right there. They go struggle. Wisconsin, they always lose to. So I don't know. That's if they make 500 this year, Michigan go beat them because Michigan's got them 2 big fellows they playing, and
it's gonna be a rough one, huh?
I do not see it this year. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, the game that I did get to catch, the 2 white boys was the ones that was balling. I said, well, that's it.
Yeah. That's usually the telltale sign. Yeah. You got to get Izzo's 401ks together.
Yeah.
Get ready to send him packing so we can get the brother there.
It's definitely about that time.
Year.
Right.
Eddie year.
He's put in.
That's the only Coach D's ever known at Michigan State is Thomas.
Right. Wow.
I think he's still my favorite. So he's still my favorite. D'Antonio's a close second though. D'Antonio's my guy.
Still no pregnancies in these futures.
Right.
Right. So we gotta wait on championships.
I mean, I don't know if that would even work this time. I was like, I'd pull a rabbit out of my hat for that one.
It takes more than a rabbit, bro.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. For real.
You might have to wait for a 9 or a 2000 to get that one, or what a 2030. Here, the right time.
Been a rough stretch for the old MSU.
You go walk out the door today and run into Miss Wright.
MSU success. It depends on it.
I have to call Tom. Hey, Tommy, we got you. He's taking care of you. Go ahead and bring him in.
Stick around for another 9 months.
Yeah.
Got a championship coming. Oh man, yeah, ain't that something? Well, you never know, man. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some nice ones in Orlando on the Christmas break.
Yeah.
Right. Try to get you wrapped in. For real. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get to it then.
All right.
You know it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all as always.
Yes, sir.
Love you. Love yous.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Peace.
Take care.
To positions that they don't deserve. You were heard. These blessings reserved for those who do the work. Don't let them fool you. Nah, they are who infiltrate your crew and be cancerous to you. Think about it. This a journey, not a sprint. This ain't a sprint, baby. Win with those who wanna see you win. Listen, come to me. Come to me, baby. Come to me. Come to me. Come to me, baby. Come to me. I got the plan. Wanna win, follow G. Come to me, come to me, baby. Come to me, come to me, come to me, baby. Come to me, come to me, come to me, baby. Come to me, I got the plan. Wanna win, follow G. Come to me, baby. Come to me. Prodigy taught me, keep it thorough, the ball, dog. Stabilize your foundation, a fall, dog. Keep it 100 and grind hard, that's all, dog. Don't be eyeing me cause y'all not eating, that's y'all fault. Yeah. They try to hit my line to lead them out the call law. Yeah. If I feed into they nonsense, we all lost. And losing ain't an option. Young Mike with the boxing, so I'm never boxed in. I stay ready, and I surround myself with those who stay ready. You the goalie who oppose me, it's about to get messy. I set the bar high.